Have you ever noticed how everyday tasks, once so easy, suddenly feel tiring? Maybe it's the slow weakening of your muscles, the little stumbles that make you pause, or that nagging fear of losing your independence. Many of us assume it's just part of getting older, something we can't change. But what if I told you that muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, isn't simply because you're aging or moving less? It's a silent thief that sneaks in, often overlooked but quietly robbing your strength and vitality. In this video, I'll share a surprising natural solution. One tiny seed with more protein than eggs that can help fight this muscle loss fast and safely. Stick around, because at the end, I'll reveal how easy it is to add this simple habit to your daily routine and start feeling stronger every day. You deserve to live with strength and confidence. Let's explore how together. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and activate the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Have you ever sat down in your favorite armchair, looked at your hands or legs, and wondered, when did I get this weak? Maybe you've noticed your grip isn't as strong when you open a jar of pickles, or you catch yourself holding onto the railing a little tighter when climbing the stairs. Perhaps the simple act of standing up from a low sofa feels like more of an effort, and you tell yourself, oh well, that's just part of growing older. We're taught to accept these small changes quietly. It's almost as if one day, our bodies just decide to betray us in tiny, barely noticeable ways. A little less strength here, a bit more effort there, until one morning, we realize we've become someone we barely recognize. It's tempting to think, this is all normal. Everyone my age is going through this. And to some extent, that's true. Getting older does bring changes. But what if I told you these changes aren't just an inevitable part of aging? What if, behind these slow, creeping losses in muscle, there's something bigger at play? Something with a name, a cause, and most importantly, a solution. What if you didn't have to accept weakness, frailty, or fear of falling as your new reality? It's not just a matter of fate or bad luck. The truth is, many of the things we chalk up to old age are symptoms of a silent, sneaky condition called sarcopenia. And understanding it can change the way you age, starting today. So, what exactly is sarcopenia? It's a medical term that simply means age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. But those words hardly capture the frustration and anxiety it brings into people's lives. Imagine you're losing small amounts of muscle every year. Sometimes just a few ounces, other times a pound or two, until over a decade, your body has lost as much as 10 to 15% of its muscle mass. At first, you might not even notice. But over time, those lost muscles make everything harder. Walking, carrying groceries, gardening, playing with grandkids, even getting dressed. It's like trying to live your life with the brakes on. And sarcopenia doesn't stop there. When your muscles shrink, your bones become more vulnerable, your balance gets worse, and your risk of falling rises sharply. The numbers are staggering. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans over 65 is affected by sarcopenia, though most never hear the name until it's too late. With weaker muscles, a simple slip in the bathroom can turn into a broken hip, weeks in the hospital, or a long, painful recovery that makes you lose confidence in your own body. Independence slips away, little by little. If you've ever felt frustrated by how long it takes to recover from a minor injury, or if you avoid certain activities because you worry about falling, you're not alone. One of the most common fears among older adults isn't dying, it's losing independence. Sarcopenia feeds that fear by quietly making you less steady, less mobile, and less confident every single year. But here's the part nobody tells you. Sarcopenia is not just a natural part of aging. It's a specific process, with real causes, and, best of all, ways to fight back. Most people don't lose muscle just because they get older. They lose muscle because their bodies stop getting the right signals to maintain and rebuild muscle tissue. After age 50, The body's ability to process protein slows down, hormones that help build muscle start to drop, and physical activity often decreases. If you've ever cut back on exercise because of a sore knee or skipped a meal because you weren't hungry, those little choices can add up. There's even a cruel irony. The less you move, the more muscle you lose, and the more muscle you lose, the less you feel like moving. It becomes a vicious cycle, one that traps millions of seniors in a slow downward spiral. And, because it happens so gradually, most people don't notice the trap until they're already caught. Science gives us a clearer picture of just how big a problem this is. According to research, most adults lose 3% to 8% of their muscle mass each decade after age 30, and this process speeds up dramatically after 60. The National Institutes of Health reports that sarcopenia affects up to 30% of people over 65, and nearly half of those over 80. If those numbers sound alarming, they should be. That means in every group of friends at the senior center, in every church gathering, and at every family reunion, at least a third of folks are struggling with this invisible enemy, whether they know it or not. But let's pause for a moment, because all these numbers and facts can feel overwhelming. The truth is, behind every statistic is a real person, a grandfather who can't walk his dog anymore, a grandmother who skips bingo night because she's afraid she'll stumble, or maybe someone just like you who wants to keep up with their grandkids but is scared of falling. Let me tell you a quick story about Mr. John Carter, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. For years, John thought he was just getting old. He noticed it first when he couldn't lift his garden tools as easily, then when he started having trouble getting out of bed in the morning. The final straw came one evening when he tripped over his slippers, fell, and spent a night on the floor until his daughter found him. At the hospital, the doctor said, "You have sarcopenia." John had never heard the word before. But that diagnosis was the turning point. He realized he didn't have to accept frailty as his fate. So, what can you do if you recognize yourself in this story? The good news is that sarcopenia can be slowed, stopped, and even reversed with the right steps. The first and most powerful weapon is protein, the building block your muscles crave. As you age, your body needs more protein than when you were younger, not less. But many older adults eat less protein because of changes in taste, digestion, or simply out of habit. That's why adding high-quality protein, whether from foods like chicken, fish, beans, or even a tiny nutrient-packed seed, can make a world of difference. But don't worry, you don't have to overhaul your diet or start lifting heavy weights at the gym. Even small, gentle changes add up. Start by adding a spoonful of protein-rich seeds to your oatmeal or yogurt, taking a walk every day, or doing simple chair exercises. The goal isn't to become a bodybuilder. It's to rebuild just enough muscle so you feel steady on your feet, confident in your body, and able to live the life you want. And always talk to your doctor before making any big changes, especially if you have health conditions. It's natural to feel discouraged when your body doesn't do what it once did. But you're not powerless. Every step you take, no matter how small, towards stronger muscles is a victory over sarcopenia. Remember John? With his daughter's encouragement, he started adding more protein to his meals and committed to walking around the block each morning. Slowly but surely, he regained strength, felt more energetic, and most importantly, he got his confidence back. Today, he's back to tending his garden, and he hasn't missed a family picnic in years. So the next time you struggle with a heavy grocery bag or find yourself hesitating before taking the stairs, remember, you're not alone, and you don't have to accept weakness as your new normal. Sarcopenia is real, but it's not unbeatable. By understanding the enemy and taking simple steps, like eating more protein and staying gently active, you can reclaim your strength, your independence, and your joy. It's never too late to fight back, and your future self will thank you for starting today. If you ask any doctor, nurse, or physical therapist what your muscles need most to stay strong, you'll always hear one answer come up again and again: protein. But why is protein so important, especially as we get older? And why do so many seniors unknowingly fall short, even when they think they're eating well? Let's start with something simple. Picture the foundation of a sturdy old house. No matter how lovely the windows or paint, without a strong frame, the whole thing eventually sags. In your body, that frame is your muscles, holding you upright, protecting your bones, keeping you moving, and powering every step, hug, and handshake. Now imagine that frame needs constant repair every single day. Is the material for those repairs? That's protein. Protein is made up of tiny building blocks called amino acids, and your body can't store extra protein for later like it can with fat. Every day, your body breaks down old muscle tissue and builds it back up, a constant cycle. But if you don't have enough protein, if there aren't enough bricks for the repair crew, your muscles slowly shrink and weaken. This process is so gradual, you might not notice until you struggle to stand up from a chair, or realize carrying the laundry basket is suddenly a chore. Now, here's the challenge for seniors. After age 60, your body becomes less efficient at using protein. This is something most people don't realize. You could be eating the same foods you enjoyed in your 40s and 50s, but your muscles might not be absorbing and using that protein as well as they once did. Add to that the fact that many older adults find eating a full meal less appealing, perhaps because of changes in taste, dental issues, medications that reduce appetite, or simply feeling full sooner, and it's easy to see how protein intake can quietly slip below what's needed. Let's pause for a moment and feel this reality. Maybe you used to love breakfast, but now you're satisfied with just a piece of toast and a cup of coffee. Maybe dinner is lighter than it used to be, or you skip meals entirely because you're not hungry or don't want to cook. It's a quiet, subtle shift that happens in millions of homes across America. And unfortunately, it's one of the main reasons why sarcopenia sneaks up so easily. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But why does it matter so much that your muscles get enough protein? The answer is simple and profound. Without protein, your body cannot repair the small tears and daily wear that naturally happen in your muscles. Over time, that means less strength, less balance, and less ability to recover from illness or injury. If you trip and fall, having stronger muscles might be the difference between a bruise and a broken bone. If you get sick, your body needs extra protein to rebuild what's been lost. What's more, protein isn't just about muscle. It also supports your immune system, keeps your skin and hair healthy, and helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. When you eat enough high-quality protein, you're investing in every part of your health, from your heart to your brain. But not all protein is created equal. Some sources, like red meat, processed deli meats, or fried chicken, might be familiar, but they're not always the best for your body, especially if you have concerns about cholesterol, blood pressure, or digestion. That's why scientists and dietitians recommend high-quality, easily absorbed proteins, the kind your body can use quickly and efficiently, with the least strain on your digestive system. So, what does high quality mean? In the simplest terms, it refers to protein sources that contain all the essential amino acids your body cannot make on its own. Eggs are often considered the gold standard, but there are plant-based options too, like certain seeds and legumes. Dairy products, chicken, fish, and even some grains can also provide complete proteins. Let me share a little story about Helen, a 77-year-old from Minnesota who spent her life as a school librarian. For years, Helen prided herself on eating light. A salad for lunch, maybe a little soup, a piece of toast for breakfast. When she started noticing that her arms were thinner and her legs felt weak, she assumed it was just old age. But after a minor fall sent her to the doctor, she learned her protein intake was less than half the recommended amount for her age. With a little coaching, Helen began adding a hard-boiled egg to breakfast, a spoonful of Greek yogurt in the afternoon, and, her favorite, a sprinkle of chia seeds on her oatmeal. Within a few months, she felt steadier on her feet, her energy returned, and she no longer dreaded the stairs at her daughter's house. Why did these changes help? Because foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, and chia seeds are not just high in protein, They're easy to digest and absorb. Many seeds pack more protein per ounce than even eggs, and they come with the bonus of fiber and healthy fats that help digestion, regulate blood sugar, and keep you full longer. For seniors with sensitive stomachs or dental concerns, these gentle foods can be a lifesaver. How much protein do you need? Most experts suggest that older adults should aim for at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. That means if you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, you should be eating roughly 70 to 80 grams of protein a day. For perspective, a single large egg has about 6 grams, a cup of milk has 8 grams, and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds offer nearly 5 grams, along with lots of other nutrients. Of course, you don't have to become a mathematician or count every gram. The goal is to build little protein-rich moments into every meal. Add a scoop of cottage cheese or nut butter to your breakfast. Toss beans or sunflower seeds onto your salad. Enjoy grilled chicken or fish at dinner. And if you're not hungry for a big meal, snack on a small handful of seeds or a little Greek yogurt. Every bit counts. Some people worry that increasing protein will upset their stomach or strain their kidneys. For most healthy seniors, moderate increases in protein are safe, especially when paired with enough fluids and a variety of foods. But always check with your doctor if you have kidney disease or other serious medical conditions before making big changes. Think of protein as your daily investment in strength. It's not about turning back the clock or trying to look younger. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to stay strong, active, and independent for as long as possible. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your muscles and protect your future. Let's return to Helen for a moment. When her grandson asked her to come to his baseball game last month, she hesitated, worried about the long walk from the parking lot, the steps and the bleachers. But she went, feeling steadier and prouder than she had in years. "I'm not ready to sit on the sidelines," she said, with a laugh. "As long as I can, I'm going to keep showing up for my family and myself." That's the power of protein, not just numbers on a nutrition label, but real strength, real life, real memories. So, if you find yourself skipping meals or reaching for empty snacks out of habit, take a moment to ask, what can I do today to feed my muscles and invest in my strength? Whether it's a spoonful of seeds, a glass of milk, or a slice of turkey, every choice adds up. And every day is a new chance to give your body what it truly needs. Your muscles have carried you through a lifetime of memories, challenges, and triumphs. Now, with just a little more care and a little more protein, they can carry you through many more. You have the power to make this simple, gentle change. Start today and feel the difference tomorrow. Imagine for a moment you could find one simple food, tiny, humble, and easy to enjoy, that could quietly strengthen your body, support your heart, and boost your energy, all without fuss or complicated recipes. Picture something you could sprinkle onto your breakfast or stir into your yogurt, and instantly, you're giving your body a powerful gift. It almost sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Yet for millions of people who care about staying healthy as they age, that miracle isn't locked away in a pill bottle or hidden behind a pharmacy counter. It's right there on your grocery store shelf, tucked between the nuts and grains. Today, I want to introduce you to one of nature's greatest secrets, chia seeds. Now, maybe you remember chia seeds as the novelty from those Chia Pet commercials years ago, the little clay animals that grew green hair on the windowsill. But these tiny black seeds are much more than a quirky houseplant. They are one of the most concentrated sources of nutrition you can find, and what's truly surprising, per ounce, chia seeds have more protein than a large egg. That's right. These seeds, no bigger than a pinhead, pack a powerful punch of the very thing your muscles need most: high-quality, complete protein. Let's take a closer look at why that matters. A single large egg has about 6 grams of protein. An ounce of chia seeds has nearly 7 grams, plus a wealth of nutrients that eggs simply can't provide. While eggs have their place, chia seeds are plant-based, cholesterol-free, and gentle on the digestive system. For many seniors who may struggle with chewing, have sensitive stomachs, or prefer to limit animal products, chia seeds offer the perfect solution. All the muscle-building power, with none of the drawbacks. But the story doesn't end with protein. Chia seeds are also packed with dietary fiber. Nearly 10 grams in every ounce. That's almost half the daily fiber goal for most adults. Why does that matter? Fiber keeps your digestion running smoothly, helps control blood sugar, and supports a healthy weight by making you feel full longer. For seniors who struggle with constipation or blood sugar swings, fiber is an unsung hero, and chia seeds deliver it in abundance. And here's where chia seeds truly shine for heart health. They're one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. Omega-3s are famous for their role in protecting your heart, lowering inflammation, and even supporting brain health. Many older adults know about omega-3s from fish oil, but chia seeds offer a gentle, plant-based alternative, with no fishy taste and no risk of mercury. Beyond these essentials, chia seeds are loaded with important minerals: calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, all of which play a role in keeping your bones strong, your muscles functioning, and your heart beating in perfect rhythm. Did you know that, ounce for ounce, chia seeds have more calcium than most dairy products? That's especially good news for anyone trying to protect their bones without relying solely on milk or cheese. If you ever find yourself feeling tired, run down, or just a little off, chia seeds also offer a boost of B vitamins and antioxidants, helping your body fight everyday stress and recover more quickly. It's like a little insurance policy for your health, built into each tiny seed. Now, you might be wondering, that all sounds impressive, but how do I use chia seeds in my daily life? The best part is just how easy they are to enjoy. Chia seeds have a very mild, almost nutty flavor, which means they blend into just about anything without changing the taste. Here are some simple, no-fuss ways to make them a part of your daily routine. 1. Add them to your breakfast. Sprinkle a tablespoon of chia seeds on your morning oatmeal, cereal, or even scrambled eggs. They add a little texture and turn every bite into a protein-rich boost. 2. Stir them into yogurt or pudding. Chia seeds mix beautifully into yogurt. Give them a few minutes, and they plump up, creating a creamy texture that feels like a treat. For a simple chia pudding, just stir them into milk or almond milk, let them sit overnight, and wake up to a naturally sweet, nutritious breakfast. 3. Blend into smoothies. Drop a spoonful into your favorite fruit or vegetable smoothie. You won't even notice them, but your muscles and heart surely will. 4. Top your salads. A sprinkle of chia seeds on a salad adds a gentle crunch and a wealth of nutrition. They blend perfectly with nuts, seeds, or even just a drizzle of olive oil. 5. Bake into muffins or bread. If you like to bake, toss a couple of tablespoons into your next batch of muffins or homemade bread. The seeds don't change the flavor but add moisture and health benefits. 6. Simply stir into water or juice. For the easiest method, stir a teaspoon of chia seeds into a glass of water or 100% fruit juice. Wait 5 minutes, stir it, and drink. The seeds swell up, creating a hydrating, filling beverage. Many seniors are surprised by how versatile chia seeds are. You don't need fancy recipes or expensive gadgets. Some people even keep a little jar near the table and add a spoonful whenever they remember. No rules, no stress. And what about digestion? Here's a tip. Chia seeds absorb up to 10 times their weight in liquid. That's why they're so good for gut health and helping you feel full. Just remember to drink plenty of water throughout the day to help them do their job and keep things moving comfortably. Let me tell you about Alice, a 70-year-old grandmother from Oregon. Alice was never a health nut. She liked her coffee and toast in the morning and never saw the point in buying trendy superfoods. But after her doctor told her she needed more protein and fiber, her granddaughter suggested chia seeds. Skeptical but willing, Alice started adding a spoonful to her yogurt each morning. Within a few weeks, she noticed her digestion was smoother, her energy was up, and she even had fewer aches and pains in her knees. Most importantly, she felt proud of herself for making such a small, positive change. Science backs up Alice's experience. Studies have shown that older adults who include high-protein, high-fiber foods like chia seeds in their diets are more likely to maintain muscle mass, avoid dangerous blood sugar spikes, and feel full of energy, even as the years pass by. Of course, chia seeds are just one option. Sunflower seeds and hemp seeds are also fantastic sources of plant protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Each seed brings its own unique set of vitamins and minerals, so feel free to mix and match, or choose the one that's easiest for you to find and enjoy. Sunflower seeds, for example, are delicious sprinkled on salads or baked into bread, while hemp seeds have a slightly nutty flavor and blend well with smoothies. The key is to start small, notice how you feel, and enjoy the process. You don't have to make big, dramatic changes to see real benefits. Sometimes, it's the tiniest things, a sprinkle of seeds, a walk in the sunshine, an extra glass of water, that add up to the greatest improvements in how you feel every day. You've cared for others your whole life. Now, it's time to care for yourself with the simple, natural gifts that nature provides. Chia seeds may be small, but their impact can be mighty. Try adding them to your meals this week, and discover for yourself how easy, delicious, and powerful healthy aging can be. The miracle isn't in the seed itself, it's in your willingness to try something new and invest in your strength, one day at a time. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When we talk about health, it's easy to drown in numbers and advice, to get lost in the sea of should do, must eat, and ought to avoid. But sometimes, what makes us pause, what changes hearts and minds, is not a list of facts, but the journey of another person, someone not so different from ourselves. Let me tell you about Frank Miller, a retired school bus driver from Michigan, who never thought much about superfoods or trends. Frank grew up in the Midwest, in a town where people valued hard work, good neighbors, and simple meals. Breakfast was eggs and toast, lunch was a sandwich, and dinner was meat and potatoes. That was his rhythm for over 70 years. It wasn't until Frank turned 75 that he noticed the little things. How the steps to his porch seemed steeper, how his legs felt heavier after mowing the lawn, and how sometimes he needed to catch his breath just getting the mail from the end of the driveway. He brushed it off as just old age, but the aches in his knees and hips grew persistent, and his sleep was interrupted by pains that made him toss and turn. One spring morning, Frank was invited to his granddaughter Emily's dance recital. He was proud as ever, but as he rose to greet his family, he stumbled, nothing dramatic, but enough to make his daughter Linda worry. After the show, over lemonade and cookies, Linda brought up her concerns gently. "Dad, I've been reading about something called sarcopenia, muscle loss that happens with age. Maybe some foods could help." Frank grumbled. "I eat plenty, and I don't need some fancy health food." Linda smiled and left it at that, but 2 days later, he found a bag of chia seeds on his doorstep, with a note, "Just try a spoonful a day. I love you." Curiosity, or perhaps the quiet tug of a daughter's care, won out. Frank started small, a spoonful in his morning oatmeal. To his surprise, it didn't change the flavor, just gave his breakfast a little extra texture. Next, he sprinkled chia on his peanut butter toast. Eventually, he even mixed some into his homemade soup, chuckling at how these California seeds found their way into his Michigan kitchen. In the first few weeks, Frank didn't notice much. He still needed to lean on the rail going up the steps. But then, something began to shift. One afternoon, while gardening, he realized he hadn't stopped to rest as often. He made it down the driveway and back, carrying groceries, without his usual sense of fatigue. The pains in his knees softened, and he felt less stiff in the mornings. Frank even caught himself whistling, something he hadn't done in years. His daughter noticed too. At their next Sunday dinner, Linda commented, "Dad, you seem more like yourself." Frank shrugged, but deep down, he felt it. The spring in his step had quietly returned. His mood was lighter, his patience longer. Sleep came easier at night, and he even woke up before his alarm a few times, ready to start the day. Curious, Frank asked his doctor about the change. His doctor explained that chia seeds, packed with protein, fiber, and omega-3s, could help nourish muscles and joints, ease inflammation, and provide steady energy. "You're giving your body the tools it needs, Frank," the doctor said. "And you're proving that small changes can make a big difference." Over the months, Frank kept up his new habit. He made a little ritual out of it, setting a jar of chia seeds next to his coffee pot as a morning reminder. With renewed energy, he walked to the park, tinkered in his garage, and even offered to help his neighbor repaint a fence. But what made the biggest difference was how he felt around his family. No longer sitting out, but standing up, showing up, and living fully. At Emily's next recital, Frank arrived early, climbed the auditorium stairs without help, and waved from the 5th row. Afterward, he scooped his granddaughter up in a bear hug she'd remember for years. Frank's story isn't about finding a miracle cure or chasing youth. It's about discovering, even in his 70s, that life could still get a little bit better with one simple change. For him, chia seeds weren't just a health fad. They were a symbol of hope, a quiet promise that strength and joy didn't have to fade away with age. His journey echoes across America, in every senior center, church gathering, and backyard barbecue. Wherever someone wonders if they're too old to try something new, Frank is proof that it's never too late. If he could make such a gentle, meaningful change and feel more alive than he had in years, then truly so can you. Maybe your path will look a little different. Maybe it's chia seeds, or sunflower seeds, or another food that fits your taste. What matters most is the willingness to believe in your possibility, to take a single step toward better days. Small changes, made with hope and patience, can bring more than just health. They bring freedom, laughter, and the joy of knowing you can still surprise yourself. So if you're watching this and thinking, "That's nice, but I don't know if it'll work for me," let Frank's story be a gentle nudge. You deserve to wake up feeling strong, to walk without fear, and to greet each new day with the energy to make it count. And sometimes, all it takes is a spoonful of seeds and the courage to try. For many people, especially as we get older, the idea of changing our routine, even just a little, can feel overwhelming. You've spent a lifetime discovering what works for you, and the last thing you want is something complicated or expensive. The good news is, adding chia seeds to your daily routine is one of the simplest, most hassle-free health steps you can take. You don't have to turn your kitchen upside down or learn a dozen new recipes. You don't even have to change your favorite meals. Let's talk about just how easy it can be. Think of chia seeds as your invisible helper, something you can sneak into almost any meal or snack, quietly working behind the scenes to build muscle, balance blood sugar, support your heart, and even keep you regular. Their mild, barely their flavor means they blend right in, almost undetected, but the health benefits are anything but invisible. Step 1. Start with the right amount. The first step is simple. Figure out a serving size that fits your needs. Most experts recommend 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds a day for adults. That's roughly the amount that fits into a small soup spoon. Not too much, not too little, just enough to deliver all those nutrients and protein your muscles are craving. If you're new to eating chia seeds, start with 1 tablespoon a day and see how your body feels. Chia seeds are rich in fiber, so giving your digestive system time to adjust is important. No need to rush. If you're comfortable after a week or so, you can add the second tablespoon, either all at once or spread throughout your meals. Step 2. The best times to eat chia seeds. Timing isn't everything, but it can make a difference. Many people find that having chia seeds in the morning, as part of breakfast, helps them feel full and satisfied for hours, steadying blood sugar and staving off those late-morning hunger pangs. Sprinkle a spoonful on oatmeal, cereal, yogurt, or even mix them into your morning smoothie. If you prefer a lighter start to your day, stir some chia seeds into a glass of orange juice or milk and sip as you get ready. Another great time to enjoy chia seeds is after light exercise. Maybe after your morning walk around the block or a gentle stretching session. Your muscles are looking for fuel to repair and rebuild, and the protein in chia seeds is exactly what they need. Even a simple chia pudding can be a wonderful post-exercise snack. Step 3. Ways to add chia seeds to any meal. Chia seeds are perhaps the most versatile superfood in your pantry. Here are some no-fuss ideas to help you include them every day, no matter what you like to eat. Oatmeal or cream of wheat. Before you eat, sprinkle 1 tablespoon of chia seeds on top, then stir. They soften and disappear right into your breakfast. Yogurt or pudding. Mix a spoonful of chia seeds into yogurt. Wait 5 minutes for them to plump up, and you'll have a thicker, more filling snack. Smoothies. Blend chia seeds into your favorite fruit or vegetable smoothie. You'll never notice them, but your body will. Salads. Shake a teaspoon or 2 over your salad as you toss it. Chia seeds add a little crunch and an extra boost of nutrition. Soups or stews. Stir a tablespoon into any soup or stew before serving. They'll blend right in. Baked goods. Add chia seeds to homemade bread, muffins, or pancakes. They help keep things moist and add a subtle texture. Water or juice. Stir a teaspoon of chia seeds into a glass of water or juice. Let it sit for 5 minutes to gel. Then enjoy a hydrating, fiber-rich drink. Step 4. Make it a habit, without the hassle. Building a new habit is all about making it fit your life. Keep a small jar of chia seeds right next to your coffee pot, toaster, or wherever you start your morning. That way, you'll see them and remember to add a spoonful as part of your breakfast ritual. Some people like to prepare a simple chia pudding at night. Just mix a 1/4 cup of seeds with a cup of milk or almond milk, add a little honey or cinnamon, and let it sit in the fridge. In the morning, you'll have a ready-to-eat breakfast that's creamy, satisfying, and loaded with nutrition. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If you travel or eat out, chia seeds can come along for the ride. Pour some into a small container or resealable bag and keep it in your purse or car. Sprinkle on a restaurant salad or stir into a cup of soup. You'll barely notice the difference, except for how you feel. Step 5. Pair with healthy lifestyle choices. Chia seeds are powerful, but they work best as part of a bigger picture. A healthy, balanced lifestyle that respects your body's needs. Gentle exercise. You don't need to run marathons. Daily walks, stretching, gardening, or even chair exercises help your body make the most of the nutrients you're giving it. Muscles are like engines. They need good fuel, but they also need to be used. Good sleep. Give your body time to rest and repair. Try to stick to a routine, going to bed and waking up at similar times each day. You might find that as your nutrition improves, your sleep does too. Proper hydration. Because chia seeds absorb water and form a gel, it's important to drink enough throughout the day. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses. Staying hydrated helps with digestion, circulation, and energy. Step 6. Listen to your body and enjoy the journey. Everyone's body is different, so pay attention to how you feel. If you notice extra fullness or a little extra movement in your digestion, that's the fiber at work. If you ever feel uncomfortable, scale back your portion for a few days. There's no rush, and your comfort matters most. Above all, remember, health isn't a race or a competition. It's about small, gentle steps that add up, day by day, year by year. Chia seeds won't turn back the clock or make you feel 20 again, but they can help you feel stronger, steadier, and more energized, with almost no effort at all. A little encouragement. Change can be daunting, especially after a lifetime of routines. But you've weathered far bigger storms. Adding chia seeds, this tiny but mighty step, is a gentle act of self-care, a simple promise to your body that you still value every day you wake up. Let it remind you, it's never too late to nourish your muscles, protect your heart, and invest in your well-being. So tomorrow morning, when you see that little jar of seeds on your kitchen counter, take a deep breath and smile. With every spoonful, you're not just feeding your body. You're honoring your journey, your wisdom, and your hope for many more good days ahead. And that, truly, is a habit worth keeping. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to remember one simple truth. You are never too old to make a positive change. The challenges of aging, like muscle loss, stiffness, or fatigue, may be real, but so is your ability to face them with hope and strength. Sometimes, the most powerful steps forward come not from drastic overhauls or expensive treatments, but from the gentle, consistent choices you make every day. Adding something as small as a spoonful of chia seeds to your breakfast may not seem like much, but as you've seen, small steps can create big waves. These tiny seeds offer so much more than just protein. They bring fiber for healthy digestion, omega-3s for your heart and mind, and a treasure trove of minerals to support your bones and muscles. They fit easily into any routine, and they work quietly, helping you feel stronger, steadier, and more energetic with each passing day. But more important than any single food or supplement is your willingness to care for yourself. When you choose to nourish your body, to stay active, to get enough rest and water, you're choosing a life of independence, dignity, and vitality. So, give yourself credit for being here, for learning, for trying something new. If Frank or Alice, or countless others, can feel a difference, so can you. Today is a good day to begin. Start small, keep going, and trust in your body's ability to heal and thrive. Thank you for joining me on this path to better health. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and don't forget, you deserve to live each day with energy, joy, and the confidence that you are taking care of yourself, one gentle step at a time.